Mo, wow, 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0?
Yeah, man, I'm happy. 1-0, you know, we used to sing it, we used to celebrate it. This is Bernd Leno's first Premier League clean sheet. We kept a clean sheet. I'm happy. You know, it's 1-0 to the Arsenal. Comes off the back of 3 games in 6 days. We've got 7 points out of 9. 2 of those games were against, well, supposedly top 6 rivals, even though one of them isn't in the top 6. But, you know, tough games. I'm very happy today, man. No complaints.
And like somebody said earlier, it's all about the 3 points, isn't it? It doesn't matter if you won 10-0 today, still 3 points.
Yeah. Listen, performance-wise, the team selection, the substitutions, there's a lot of things I disagree with today, but ultimately I'd rather get all of those things wrong and get the 3 points and go to 21 unbeaten than get all of those things right and draw 0-0 and not find that goal. Also, the thing is, if you look at the first half, we were not great. It wasn't a vintage performance. None of us are going to go home and look forward to watching this back. But if you look at that first half, we had 2 brilliant chances and they fell to the 2 players who would want them to fall to, Aubameyang and Lacazette. Had them 2 done their usual thing and put them away, we'd be 2-0 up at half-time. None of us would be talking about no creativity. None of us would be talking about wrong system, wrong personnel, all of this sort of stuff. We'd all be talking about, oh, brilliant, we've got a half-time lead, and we would have went on to win 2, 3, 4-0, and it would have been hunky-dory. But listen, that's just football. It's the way the cookie crumbles. The Premier League's not an easy league to play in. Teams are going to make it hard. But, you know, overall, I just feel like there should be no cause for negativity today at all.
We got a guy in Lucas Torreira that's one of the signings of the season. I mean, how good is this guy? I mean, he's now showing not just ability in, you know, in tackles and stuff like that, but he's adding goals to that. That's 2 in 2. Well, 2 in 3, sorry.
I just can't speak highly enough of him because, you know, he brings a different spirit. When you watch him play, he just looks different in the way he plays the game to any other Arsenal player on that pitch. I'd say maybe Socrates is the closest to him in terms of just how aggressive and assertive he is, you know, in terms of playing the way he plays. And he's a flipping shining example. You know, I think I said it to you as well. He probably used to watch Arsenal when he played for Sampdoria thinking, why the hell haven't they signed me yet? They need me. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've been calling out for him for years. And we've finally got someone that can sit at the same table as Vieira and Gilberto and belong. You know, we've been waiting for that for a long time. And look, you know, for example, tackling wise and all of that sort of thing, we've had some people that have come in. Like, I remember Coquelin, the year we won our first FA Cup, you know, after the drought. He saved our season. He came in and did so much. But we always knew, all right, he lacks that passing range and he lacks that ability to go forward and impact the game. Torreira showed today with a scissor kick that was straight out of the textbook that he's got so much in his locker in addition to doing what he does in the middle of the park. And that's why I love Patrick Vieira, because Vieira for me was a rare breed of player, that he can be the hard man in the middle of the pitch, yet he can go and do so much more than that, go and get on the score sheet, go and get an assist, yet not leave his defensive responsibilities vacant. And Torreira's got that knack as well. I just love watching him play. I can't speak highly enough of the guy. I love him.
I just want to finally ask you about what have you made about this thing, the Sun article that came out. A lot of people, I saw Ian Wright's video yesterday on his YouTube channel where he was saying that it's almost like they're trying to derail the team at the moment, but fair play to them. They came out there today and they still got the job done.
Look, everyone likes to hate on the Sun, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely despise that rag. But the Sun are doing what the Sun do. The Sun are doing what the UK press is toxic. Yeah, the tabloids especially, and it's just like any other tabloid. They're doing what they do. This is their job. I don't think they're actually. They've got no vendetta against Arsenal. They're not trying to set out to derail our season. What are they going to get out of that? They're just trying to sell a story.
Why didn't they drop it in August then, the story?
I assume they've only got the footage now.
Why is it that they seem like they've been waiting with that story?
What makes you say that? Well,
I don't know.
If they got the footage now, they're going to release it now.
I just get the feeling that they were waiting, probably, we drop it after Tottenham if they lose. Or we drop it after... I just got that feeling.
To your point. You're saying that in Wright's video he said that they're trying to derail our season. If I wanted to derail a club's football season, I would come out with a really, really tough video like that before Tottenham or after a big defeat. So if I've been sitting on that after the loss against Man City and Chelsea, I would have released it then. Or before the North London derby, I would have released it then. Because then if they lose, everyone's going to be on their back. So I just think the Sun, irrespective of today, I would always look at that and want to burn that rag of a paper. I remember they accused 1 in 5 Muslims of being sympathetic to terrorists. That's basically saying 1 member of my family is sympathetic to terrorists. When I read that, when you read what their coverage of Hillsborough, crap like this, you just think to yourself, they're an absolute rag. So listen, learn that lesson. If you didn't know, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but if you didn't know the Sun is a pile of absolute rubbish, then you know now, okay? And the other thing I want to point out, look, I really respect you for the way you have been conducting yourself today regarding the Ozil issue, because a few months back I said, why as Arsenal fans do we want to put fuel on a fire? None of us know, other than what's going on, the people inside the club, none of us know about Mesut Ozil, whether he's actually injured or not. Yeah, it does seem a bit strange, but does that mean that we should be the ones leading the speculation? We should be the ones leading the unrest? On one hand, we're saying that, oh, we're criticising the Sun, oh, they're trying to derail our season, all of this sort of stuff by coming up with all this. Why are we doing the same thing then when it comes to Ozil? If any non-Arsenal fan asks me, or if I'm talking with any sort of audience, if I'm asked about Mesut Ozil, I'm towing the company line because I love Arsenal. He's injured. Simple as that. I'm not going to add any fuel to the fire. If me and you speak privately later on and we're talking about Mesut Ozil, I might have a little bit more to say. But as long as that camera's here...
Pretend like the camera's not on. What do you reckon?
He's injured. Yeah. But listen, what I'd say, look, anyone watching this, tell me with certainty that Mesut Ozil isn't injured. And also, anyone that's watching, tell me with certainty what's coming out of this balloon. Is that hippie gas? Is that oxygen? Is that helium? Because to me, it looked like Arsenal players were sucking some helium out of a balloon and talking with squeaky voices and having a really good time. That's all it looked like to me. So Arsenal's legal department, get in touch with that rag of a newspaper, take them to the absolute cleaners, because that's helium as far as I'm concerned. And this match day, this obnoxious, odious, offensive club, as some people like to call it, we're raising money for the Arsenal Foundation today, a brilliant charity that goes and helps children as far as Syria and as local as Islington, and makes a difference to the lives of young people. Go and take the Sun to the cleaners, get as much money out of them as you can, and take that money and donate it to good causes. Because as Arsenal fans, we should be backing our club. 21 unbeaten, and another 3 points today is good times, okay? So listen, all good for me, I'm happy.